Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So on today's video, I'm using some more of the Kiwi Lane products, the paper that came in the October kit, and I decided I wanted to do a Halloween card. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting Versamark all over a scrap piece of white paper, and I'm using the Wow glow in the dark embossing powder. And what I'm just doing is covering the entire sheet. And once I get it heated up and melted, I'm going to use the ghost template that was in the kit to cut it out of this glow in the dark piece of paper that we're creating. Now I do wind up doing it twice because um, it's not like the regular embossing powders. It's almost clear. And so I just wanted to make sure that I had a nice even coverage. And I always try and hold it at an angle from where I'm sitting so that way it melts evenly and I can see it if it's what's the word, shiny. And then once that one side is done, I flip it over and I continue on making sure it's completely melted. Sorry, I'm off camera here, but I'm going to go ahead and bring the Versamark over and do it again. So, if my tray had been, big enough, as soon as it had melted, I could have put it down into the embossing powder and it would have picked up some more. But I always just grab my Versamark pad and use the ink again, so that way I make sure I get a nice even coverage. And then it's the same process. You're going to heat it up, make sure it's all melted, and then we'll be able to trace out our piece. Now, right here while this is happening, I do want to let you know, on this particular video I did, I thought I had everything, the decorating process, doing the papers. I thought I had my camera on, but I did not. So I'm going to get us up to a certain part and then we'll have the close-ups of the finished product. But part of the process was lost considering it wasn't recorded. So I just laid down the ghost template and I'm just tracing around with my pencil here. And we're going to go ahead and cut it out. And let me see. Oh, that was the first thing I did. I did grab my hole punch, and I decided to punch out two small, just black circles to put for the ghost eyes. So I'm going to cut it out. I'll go around the edge with some of the ink. Because remember, if you ever use Kiwi Lane, their templates, and you cut out by hand, you need to make sure you distress the edges. And that'll give it a final look. And then what we're going to do, I grab one of my black, I think it's the jelly pens, and I'm just going to try and outline the eyes to make it a little bit darker. And what I realize is on top of the embossing, you probably need something that's going to be a little bit more permanent, or maybe mask off where the eyes go so that way it can stay a more vibrant white. And that way when you do your outline, it would stand out better. And then I'm just going to take my white gel pen and just put a little dot in the center. This one is actually, the pen is dry. So I'm going to throw this one away and grab my other one. I don't think you can have too many of the white gel pens. And I like the ones from Signo. That's the one that I have. And I was just checking to see if it was going to glow. It's hard to see. I don't know how others get it on video. I tried taking a picture in the dark. It didn't work for me. So, but we're going to be using this paper here as well. And we're going to put together our cardstock basically. And at first, I thought I was going to use the bluish side of the paper, but I wind up using the dark side to create this one. And what's fun is the ghost, which is part of the process I thought I taped. Once we get all of our pieces cut out, the parts of um, the ghost that is sticking out, I used an embossing ink pen and went around, covered in all the ghost on the ghost paper, used the glow in the dark ink and heated it up. So since it dries clear, they just look like they're shiny or they got a little shiny glow around them. But they did glow in the dark when I went into the room. I just couldn't take a picture of it. I guess my camera just wasn't sensitive enough to be able to uh, get the difference. And like always, you lay down the templates to try and figure out exactly how you want it to look on your page. And at first, I was going to do the top and bottom. And then I realized, you know what, let's do it different. Let's do it on the sides. I can put the Halloween photos that I want to do in the center and, decorate from there. So I was going to do two different layouts, one with my nephew, great nephew, in a hot dog costume. He looks so happy. So when I had him laying on top of it, I realized I was going to need to go with the dark side because the yellow and the red just really didn't go. And I liked it better with the ghost on top. So at this point, this is where we run out of the footage. But this is the final project. So you can see the papers on the side. And then I took the ghost template and I just did some inking around the outside to create little ghost like images kind of around the photos. But like I said, on the ghost paper that you can see in the middle, I did use the glow in the dark embossing powder, and so you have that glowing, and then on the other one with the actual ghost shape that we did, that glowed as well. So thank you guys for joining me. Sorry about the missing footage, but just make sure you hit the links here if you want to see previous videos, and I hope you guys have a great day.